Hey guys, Chris from Paradigm Canine Company again. Just coming at you while I'm on the road once again, heading up to Northern Kentucky to do a service dog certification test. So I wanted to hit on a couple of things that's kind of been eating away at me. I wanted to convey these ideas and concepts to you. Number one is the concept of master trainer. You're going to hear that, see that around. Think of all the different dog breeds, designer breeds, dog combinations from rescues, all the behavioral issues that any dog, purebred or mixed breed, may have. Also think about all the disciplines and activities you can do with your dog. That's a lot of combinations. So for someone to tell me they have experience in all that and consider themselves a master trainer in the civilian world, that is laughable to me. The term master trainer is really a law enforcement and military concept, and so I keep it there because it's a designation for that world, not the civilian world, not the everyday world. So then the next thing I want to talk about is there are no governing body or bodies that oversee dog trainers. Depending on how you look at it, good, bad, indifferent, there are none. There are organizations that claim to certify trainers. In order to do that, you have to go through their series of tests and paperwork, jump through their hoops in order to get the alphabet soup behind your name. When that happens, then you are bound by their code of ethics and their value system, and obviously you got to pay the dues to them in order to keep using their marks and be able to use their logos and things in your training and on their websites and all this other stuff. Many times those organizations want to talk about only using certain methodologies and training philosophies. And so again, these people are starting to hamstring their training options and abilities. Okay, I have my own ethics and values. I have my own philosophies that my clients understand. I am not going to compromise myself in order to legitimize somebody else's theories or thoughts or values or whatever the case, right? So then that goes into positive and negative, right? Reinforcement and punishment. Positive and negative. Many of these organizations with these people that certify trainers and talk about all this, many of them are force-free, which means they talk about being force-free or I'm purely positive or anything like that. Anyone that says they're purely positive, I would question. Here's why. When we talk about positive and negative, there is no judgment. There is nothing good or bad. Okay? Positive and negative simply means we're going to add something in order to correct or punish. Negative means we're going to withhold those things in order to reinforce or punish. Excuse me. So it's not inherently good. It's not inherently bad. All right. So that means we're going to add a collar correction, praise, treats, whatever. Negative means we're going to withhold those things in order to punish or reinforce. So whenever someone says I'm purely positive, what they're doing is they are limiting their options to be able to help you and your dog. Okay? So that means they probably, more than likely, they don't use or train slip chain collars, prong collars, or e-collars. Now, don't get it twisted. An e-collar is not a shock collar. I do not use that term. There are ways to use all these tools effectively and humanely, and those are the methods that I use. Doesn't mean every dog gets them. Doesn't mean I use them on every dog. Every client is a case by case. So, again, these people who claim not to use these tools are severely limiting themselves. They're using the term purely positive or positive reinforcement only in a very disingenuous manner or a very ignorant manner. One of the two. They don't have the expertise, the knowledge, the skill set in order to teach and convey these tools in order to effectively train a dog and their owner. Okay, which also means that their theory, they try to express it as the unicorn and rainbow, force-free, purely positive mentality is more humane than the balanced approach, which I take. Now, think about this. You got your dog messing around doing whatever it is that's undesirable. You're trying to redirect, give it other options without putting force on your dog and without cutting to the chase. And so the stress in your house is high. Your dog is in a manic state. It's stressed out. There's just a lot of chaos going on. Whereas with a balance trainer and using the different tools, we can effectively cut through that high level stress quicker and get to the root of the problem and fix it faster than create and rotate and redirection and let me give them this toy and this thing, whatever. We can get through it a lot faster, and it's very humane. Again, it's not a crank and yank method. It's just there are times when you have to put pressure on a dog, and everything's case by case. Okay, doesn't mean that it's the only way, but it's definitely a method. It's definitely a way to help. And again, interview your trainers, interview folks, get them to understand your methodology and what you do. I do not start with those training tools. I don't even start with a leash on the dog when we begin training. However, once we work up to a certain point, if the dog needs a certain training tool, we will condition the dog and we'll get it to go the way we need it to go. Obviously, this is with consultation with the owner as well, making sure that they're comfortable with it and all of that. We don't just slap a certain training tool on a dog and make it do what we want it to do. We work on the bond right out the gate, very first thing. We do not use those training tools first. Again, there's a method and an appropriate way to do this. So again, check yourself, check references, question, interview, do what you need to do, get all of the information. Wanted to get this off my chest. I appreciate it. So thanks for tuning in, and until next time, trust the dog.